So you agree the number of units, not the NOI, or the gross rent multiplier, or the IRR, no, the cap rate, none of that stuff matters. You guys overcomplicate the whole game, man. Keep it simple. Keep everything simple. Warren Buffett's like, if you don't understand it, don't do it.
All right, this is very simple. Grant Cardone sells his fund. So what he's trying to do here is tell you, you need to buy as many units as possible. And people are going to say, well, I can't do that. Oh, good for you. Guess what? I have got something for you. Invest in my funds and you get a part of that. Let me ask you a question, guys. Let's do it this way. Let's say there's 100 units and they're each $200,000. That's $20 million. If you put $100,000 into that, you own, let's say how many units right here? You own half a unit. It's no different than actually buying a $100,000 unit or buying half a $200,000 unit. All he's trying to do is get you to believe that the number of units is all that matters. IRR doesn't matter because when we give you a shit IRR, when we give you shit NOI, all those things matter. Grant Cardone is a moron. I get it. He's selling. We all sell something, right? We're all selling something. In my defense, I sell the software that I use every single day. I literally use the software and people on the internet were like, hey, how do I get that software? I'm like, well, you can't get it. And we made it for people. That's the difference. Grant Cardone is sitting there going like, oh shit, how do I make money? Oh, I got an idea. I'll start Grant Capital and I'll start selling people units. Oh, here's the thing. I'm going to teach them that all that matters is the number of units you need. I'm going to tell them you need more units. You need a ton of units. The more units they have, the better. Oh, guess what? You can buy this fund and we're going to buy 1,000 units together. So you can tell people you own 1,000 units. You don't own 1,000 units. You own a small piece of 1,000 units. You probably own less than 1 unit overall. If you don't see how this is correct, then Grant Cardone is the guy for you. Go get on board with all the stupid things he says. NOI doesn't matter. Let me tell you a story. 15 years ago, I went to Vegas. I wanted to buy houses. I was sitting there and I was talking to the real estate agent. We went around town and I said to him, he goes, I manage. I'm like, oh, you manage? He's like, yeah. He's like, I would be willing to manage these properties for you because I wanted to buy 20 or 30 houses. I said, so what's your occupancy? He goes, I don't look at occupancy. I'm like, oh, well, what's your rent? I don't look at that. Well, what do you look at? That was it. What do you look at? And by the way, I didn't really say that because I'm sitting there going, this guy's stupid. This guy probably buys into Grant Cardone. That's all this is here. He's just trying to get people into his funnel to invest in his fund. More power to anybody who wants to make money. Never stop that. But don't teach bullshit and say, oh, guess what? All this stuff is wrong. Spoiler alert, it's not wrong. And he brings up Warren Buffett. That's the best part. I love it when people do this. I love it when shysters do this. I was on a panel years ago with some self-professed billionaire who was in real estate, and he kept quoting Warren Buffett, and everything he did was showing he was the opposite of Warren Buffett. That's what Grant Cardone is doing. Now, let's see this next video, because maybe he has something smart. Guys, keep in mind, I saw something recently Grant Cardone said. I don't even remember what it was, but I was like, I can't agree with that, actually. He's going to say stupid things, but he's going to say majority stupid things, but every once in a while, he will say something that is correct. Now, it's just a matter of time before he realizes he can't make money saying that, so he'll switch it up to something really stupid to get people to give them his money so he can invest it for them.
It could be an $80,000 home, an $800,000 home, an $8 million home. Stretch. If you're going to do it, stretch and get the best possible location you can. I made this mistake my first 3 homes. I made the mistake believing I'm going to buy for less in a great neighborhood. I knew to buy in a great neighborhood, but I was scared to pay the extra money to be in that little pocket of that neighborhood where the location was literally irreplaceable. So if you're buying a house this year, you're buying an apartment, or you're buying an office building, or you're buying retail or storage, maybe storage less, okay? Make sure you get that kind of location that's irreplaceable.
Okay, so at what price? I don't disagree with them. Location does matter, but when everybody focuses on location, it basically says whatever price you have to pay to get that location, you do it. All right, cool. So I'm going to go buy in the neighborhood next to his for $1 million. So according to him, I should get the better neighborhood and pay what? 2 million? 3 million? What's the right price? It's the better neighborhood. I should pay whatever. Now he does say stretch. And I get that. Stretch does make sense. I always tell people when you're buying your home and it's going to be your final home, if you got to pay a little bit extra to get the one you want, you go do that. If it's going to be the place you spend the rest of your life and you're going to pay down debt and the property value is going to go up and you wake up 30 years later, the thing is worth 3 or 4 times more, go do it. But this whole idea of location, okay, great. What's the right multiplier? If the normal house or property is $1 million, or 100,000, whatever it is, what's the right multiplier to get the right location? Is it twice the price, triple the price, quadruple, 20% more, 30% more? That's why when he says IRR doesn't matter, it does matter. Because if all of a sudden you're doubling how much you pay and your IRR goes down, why is that a good thing? I always tell people, pick the location that makes the most sense financially and then make your property the best one in that neighborhood. Now, is there logic to the whole buy the cheapest house in a neighborhood? Yes, but he's talking about personal residence and also mixing in investment. They're different things. Personal residence, you're gonna get a satisfaction out of living in a certain area. That's an emotional difference versus owning a property for investment. What matters is IRR. Would you rather buy the $1 million property that's shitty that makes 20% IRR or the nicer one for $3 million that makes 10% IRR? If you say this one, you better be 85 years old and a fucking billionaire. Because if you're starting out and you're turning this one down for this one, you are just as stupid as Grant Cardone. There will be a day when I'm buying these properties. Why? Because I'm just like, I'm old. I don't really give enough. If I have plenty of money, who cares? But when I'm starting out, I want this. You can always sell this in the future. And if you don't want to sell it, you're still making 20% returns. Location is the biggest bullshit anybody's ever said. He's just saying cliches.
Number 2, and do not compromise that location. If you can get something like that little guy right there, every day looking at, somebody is going to pay handsomely.
Great. Go look at Miami, Florida. They have all those views. Let me know how Miami, Florida real estate values did during the bust. You might say, well, that's different. It's a bust. Well, no, it's not different. It's the same thing. If you pay too much for a good idea, eventually it becomes a bubble. It becomes a bad investment. The 5th and most important tenet of our principle-driven investing is a great idea at the wrong price becomes a bad investment. That's what this is. This is a great idea. This sun right here is beautiful. Guys, I own lots of properties on the water. And guess what? I turned down 98% of them before I found the 4 or 5 that made sense to me, the 6 or 7 that made sense to me. But if you're just buying for sun, hey, what's the price here? Okay, I'll pay it. Oh, it has the sun. If that's your only thing that matters, don't compromise on this, he just said. Don't compromise. Yes, compromise on this. Don't pay through the nose for this. Know what your IRR is. Understand your return on investment. If you don't understand that, you're going to overpay. And that's what everybody out there does. Let's continue on.
Last thing I'll tell you is this. Look for neighborhoods where the people that are going to buy from you don't depend on the economy.
Hey, go to neighborhoods where everybody's a billionaire. What the fuck is this guy saying? You know what he's trying to say? You can't afford this, come invest in my funds. This is all a funnel for you can't afford to do this, so go invest in my funds. Unbelievable. I'm not watching any more of this video. Let's go to the next one. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Guarantee it, I'll buy you dinner anywhere you want if this doesn't happen. We're gonna have the biggest real estate correction we've ever had here in the next 12 months.
That was 10 months ago. I can't believe people say this. He has no idea what's gonna happen. So he did this video July 13th. Today is May 14th. So we are 10 months exactly in on this prediction. Set reminder for July 13th at 9 a.m. to watch the video of Grant Cardone saying that we're going to have the biggest real estate correction of all time within 1 year of the video from Fox Business. I'm going to make another video and I'm going to go on blast for this guy. I fucking hate Grant Cardone. If he's for some reason right, it's not because of anything. It's just because of dumb luck. Nobody's right on these things, guys. Nobody in this world is right. And we say, well, that guy's really smart. He's really rich. He's going to be right. They're never right. Never right. And it's just amazing to me that the best investors of all time who are right in the long run always say, nobody's ever right on these short-term predictions. Idiot.
It'll be monster, and it will hit Gen Zs in a way that they'll never touch that asset class again. I think the reason they lean toward it is very simple, easy to leverage, it cash flows, it's an inflation hedge.
Wait, I thought cash flow didn't matter. Didn't he say that in a previous video? IRR, how do you figure out IRR? Through cash flow. If IRR doesn't matter, then cash flow doesn't matter.
It benefits from rent increases and it provides cash flow that people have to have today.
So, but I did read somewhere where you said, don't buy a house, buy the neighborhood. So when we have this big correction, is that what you're going to be doing?
Well, I don't consider a single family house an investment. So 4 units, 8 units, 48 units, 400 units.
What's he doing? Don't buy a single family home. That's not an investment. It absolutely is an investment. Whether you're buying it for yourself or to rent out, it's an investment. What's he doing here? He's plugging Cardone Capital. Ponzi scheme capital. By the way, I have no evidence he's writing a Ponzi scheme. I have zero evidence of that. I'm just saying it to be a dick. And I'm actually hoping he tries to sue me so it helps blow us up the way me, Kevin. But this guy's an idiot.
Okay, size. First of all, 32 units should be your first deal. If you can't think that big, stay out of this game.
Yep, he just wants you to invest in his real estate. I didn't even very much the rest of this. He just wants you to invest in his real estate. That's it. Pitfalls. What is this? Pitfalls, size, price, cash flow, profit, loss, debt. Oh, God, I hate this guy. I fucking hate this guy. How old is this video? Yeah, 4 years ago. He looks the mutton chops.
Just leave it alone, folks. It's not going to cash flow enough. It's not going to give you enough cash flow to warrant doing the deal. 2 deals pays you $200 a month. You think you're doing good. My sister's got 1 unit right now. I said, what'd you do? What are you doing buying 1 unit? Well, it gives me a little cash flow.
Guess what? If you buy 1 unit, it's going to cash flow probably the same or better than being one investor out of 1,000 in one of your big funds. It's still going to be $200 a month, you fucking idiot. That's it. It's going to be the same amount of money. God, this guy is such a shyster.
Okay, what's the most important number in real estate? The number of units is the most important. Cap rate does not matter. Price per unit does not matter. Price per square foot does not matter as much. The number of units will determine how much dough you can make. Okay, keep in mind, I'm sitting at 7,000 units right now. This number will be 10,000. Why do I want to get so many units? Why am I willing to give up positions in my properties? Because when I start taking 3,000 units and changing the rents by 25 a month, that's $75,000 a month.
And he's not even talking about how the expenses go up. $25 a month is nothing. First off, if his rent's $2,500 a month, he's talking about 1% increase. Congratulations, Grant. 1% increase per year. Good for you, buddy. Way to really get crushed by inflation. This guy's an idiot. Listen, again, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Robert Kiyosaki. If after watching this video, you don't see how stupid he is, then you're the stupid one. It's in rounders. If you don't know who the sucker at the table is, you're the sucker. You're the fucking sucker. So do me a favor. Block me. Tell me that I'm stupid and Grant Cardone is smart. Tell me, oh, Grant Cardone's got 7,000 units, you only have 1,000. Fine by me. Everybody said it about Kathy Wood in early February 2021 before her fund fell by 70, 80% and said, well, she has a fund, you don't, Paul. Whoops, that aged poorly. Do that for me because I don't want you around. I don't want you near me. I don't want your toxicity and your stupidity gravitating through to other people that actually want to learn. You're stupid. You're hopeless. You cannot learn. But if you don't agree with them, and what I'm saying makes sense to you, there is hope. And I'm not telling you to agree with me on everything. You need to challenge everything. I don't disagree with Grant Cardone on stuff. Every so often, the sun shines on dog shit. And every so often, the sun shines on Grant Cardone, also known as dog shit. Thank you for your time.